Migrants, New York is paying migrants over $4,000 to leave. Actually, you know what? I'm going to save the repo conversation for next week. Let's focus on this migrant thing.
All right, a new pilot program from the city awarding up to $4,000 grants to migrant families who exit the shelter system and find their own housing.
Fox 8's Jessica Formoso takes a closer look at how the program works and if it's working so far.
A shelter is an emergency solution that is intended for the short term. It is important that that short-term solution is safe and healthy, and that we are providing families with an opportunity to get back on their feet.
The New York City Department of Homeless Services is offering up to $4,000 to migrant families with children and pregnant women who are currently residing in a city shelter. It's called the Asylee Move Out Assistance Program, a pilot program that began last December, helping asylum seekers transition from a shelter to permanent housing. So far, 150 families have benefited from the program.
We've done 150 families starting about 7 months ago. I think we've had one person from a family, not even the whole family, come back. So that is.
Imagine we live in a world. Imagine the United States of America that you grew in. I pledge allegiance. You said it all in school. We got, a way in which we're supposed to operate in this country. And now we are existing in an environment where they're saying that they're willing to pay migrants $4,000 to find their own housing that we're paying for. Even the migrants is like, you know what, let me evaluate this because the way that my checking and savings is messed up because I spent a lot of the money that y'all gave me off my EBT card and all of this money that y'all been giving me. And so you want to give me an extra $4,000 just to leave the shelter? Let me go and work this out with my advisor. Imagine we live in a country where they left the borders open and the very people that we about to vote for are the ones that are replacing you. The very people that we about to vote for are the ones that are replacing you. That they are giving them resources. I ain't never in my life, not one time in my life, I have never, ever, ever heard of, thought of, could contemplate. If you go into a homeless shelter tomorrow, guess what? If you overextend your stay, they kicking you out. What do you mean they're going to pay you to leave? So you came in here illegally. You don't even have no ID. You don't even speak the language. And you're getting money and incentivized to leave. They have to pay you to leave. This is happening over in New York. They are paying you to leave. Think about the environment that we live in and think about the fact that they are willing to give them $4,000. $4,000 each to leave. They are developing a program to give away tax dollars in cities that are overran with migrants, money to leave.
Is, in my mind, a very strong success rate thus far.
The one-time grant is modeled after the enhanced one-shot deal program for those in the traditional homeless shelters, only to be used for first and last month's rent, security deposits, moving expenses, and household supplies.
It really is for documented expenses related to permanent housing. So that could be first and last month's rent. It could be moving expenses, household supplies, things that somebody who is brand.
Our veterans are on the street. We have veterans that are on the street that couldn't even get adequate health care until Trump came into office to focus on veteran affairs and trying to fix a system that was broken for decades. They are giving them moving expenses. First and last month's rent. I don't think that I'm a genius at all. I don't even remotely think that I'm a genius. This is common sense. You don't have to be a savant in order to understand what the heck is going on out in these streets that they replacing y'all. They are giving them go to any government agency as an American citizen and ask them for $1,000, let alone $4,000, and see how that's going to get you. You know what that's going to get you? A first-class ticket to your head going against that glass on your way out the door and getting thrown on the street. Walk in there and ask for some money and if you want to and see what's going on. Man, this is crazy. This is insane.
brand new to the country, brand new to permanent housing, might not have. But the shelter providers are really looking at documentation.
The money is coming from DHS' existing budget. Since the program is only a pilot, it is not offered at every migrant shelter, but only at 62 sites for now. The families
Only at 62 migrant shelters inside of New York.
Themselves have to find housing, and once they do, they work with the not-for-profit providers operating at the shelters who help them with the process.
It makes financial sense because shelter is very expensive, and this is a targeted one-time payment.
I was talking to somebody, look at this person with purple hair, earring in her nose, don't know how she got braces, what kind of health care is that? Looks nice and healthy, nice and juicy, and got purple eyebrows. And the piercing in the lip too. I didn't even see that one. With a son, with a book bag that goes to the same school as your kid. And this is the type of people that you decide to help. How much do you want to bet that this person is going to grow up? I did a review video yesterday of a woman that was saying that she's going to have all of her Haitian friends vote Democrat, because they don't like the fact that we're calling out on the Republican side what's happening in Springfield, Ohio. Matter of fact, let me play a video from Springfield, Ohio to let y'all know, and this is courtesy of PBS. Check this out.
Today, the small city of Springfield, Ohio, found itself at the center of a fraught election year issue: immigration. Republican vice presidential candidate J.D. Vance claims that Haitian migrants in Springfield are, quote, draining social services and causing chaos. He's also repeated a baseless rumor already debunked by city officials.
It wasn't debunked. That's a lie. It wasn't debunked. And he said reports now show, which was 100% true,
about pets being abducted and eaten, a story amplified by right-wing media and Elon Musk online.
Over the last 4 years, Springfield has seen its small population grow by over 20%, driven almost entirely by immigrants. William Brangham recently went to Springfield to understand how the city is coping.
The sounds of Haitian Creole carrying across soccer fields, in grocery stores, in restaurants dishing up the popular Haitian street food pâté codé. It's striking hearing all this in the heartland of the United States, Springfield, Ohio. Springfield's a small blue-collar city.
Dog, do you know how hard it was for me to actually take out 100, and I remember the number to the penny. It was $114,000.07. I took out $114,000 of my own money and 7 cents and built my own restaurant. How are they able to do this? How? I put blood, sweat, and tears and invested in my own dreams and didn't take out one loan. Not one. Not one. Blood, sweat, and tears of my own money. Built it with our own hands. You know how difficult it was in order for us to do that? And I had a good job. I had a phenomenal job. I was working in corporate America, making a bag, killing it. My businesses was thriving and taking off. I had to take out $114,000 of my own money in order to do this. How? How, dog? And don't tell me to chill on your people, because let me tell you something. My people are Americans. And if you decide that you're coming over here and you came over here legally, then you are also my people. But I don't align with illegal anything. I don't like people selling drugs on the street. I don't like people selling box and not paying their taxes. I am not for illegal immigration. I don't know where y'all missing that from. I don't care what culture you from. I don't care if you're from Russia. I don't care if you're from Haiti. As long as you got over here the right way, then I'm all for you. But I don't believe in illegal anything. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. Are we missing something?
With a familiar story. Much of the factory work left decades ago, and the residents followed. A community of more than 80,000 emptied out to less than 60. That is, until the last few years.
Our churches, we see new people.
In the pews.
Yes, absolutely.
Wes Babian was the pastor at First Baptist Church for almost 20 years.
For years, we've lost people, but
Dude,
you
got
hope
a Haitian
somebody else
pastor
will
now?
come and take their place. That hasn't happened here.
Until now.
Because there are folks from Haiti who are coming to church.
Lukens Merzus, who, among his many other jobs, mans the soundboard for Sunday services, is one of those new Haitian members.
Why Springfield?
Of all places.
Merzus, with his wife and daughter, were among the first Haitian families to arrive here in 2018.
I got a decent...
You know what the funniest part about it is? I don't even blame them. You can't blame them. You cannot blame them for taking advantage of the opportunity that's presented to them. Do what they gonna do what's best for them. If the borders is open, the borders is open. The responsibility is not on them. The responsibility is on the federal government. And if this is a stressful ass show today. This is a stressful show. How do y'all not hold y'all leaders accountable? What you think that if you open up your house, right? If you go home and you say, you know what, homeless man, I have a warm bed for you to sleep in, and I'm going to pay your bills, and I'm going to make sure that your family is taken care of, and you get health care coverage, and you can go to school, and I'm going to take you and your daughter to school, and you can live for free, and I'm going to pay you to live here. What do you think that homeless man is going to do? He's going to be like, oh, are you going to give me your wife too? I'll take your wife too if you want me to. I'm not going to blame the homeless man for me opening up my doors. You got to blame the homeowner for opening up their doors. And so I blame the federal government. You can't even hold the people accountable. You got to hold the person accountable that let it in the first place, that didn't vet the people that's supposed to be over here. They'll bust down your chick if you let them. BBC. Bust down. Tag team.
Job when I was in Haiti, and then to make a difficult decision to leave, it wasn't easy.
The reason they left is their home country is disintegrating. Protests.
So if you can't fix your own home country, never mind. Let me just play the video.
And increasing violence in the Caribbean nation culminated in the assassination of President Jovenel Moïse in 2021. Since then, the country spiraled.
Shout out to Barbecue. Y'all remember Barbecue? Barbecue was the leader that was taking over. Man, listen, I can't do this no more, bro. I'm all out. I'm all out, bro.
Armed gangs currently control 80% of the capital, Port-au-Prince. Merzus is one of the estimated 731,000 Haitian immigrants now living in the United States.
I got my brothers and sisters. My mother is still living there. I'm always thinking about my family in Haiti.
Because of that violence, the U.S. granted what's called temporary protected status to Haitians in the U.S., giving them limited time permission to live and work here. TPS was then expanded by the Biden administration. Merzus says he came to Springfield for the same reason most Haitians did. He heard that housing was cheap and jobs were plentiful.
So, word of mouth spreads. They called homie on the iPhone and said, hey, man, we opening up restaurants, we taking over churches, and we got jobs up here in Springfield, big dog. We got jobs. Can we go? Y'all want to go a little bit further? I want to deep dive a little bit further, or y'all want to wrap it up?
It started slowly. We had an application pool that was a little bit different.
People coming to work here.
People looking for jobs. What he's welding here again are welded axle components.
Jamie McGregor is the CEO of McGregor Metal, which makes welded parts for the auto and farm industries. Right now, about 10% of his workforce is Haitian, over 30 employees.
I wish I had 30 more. Our Haitian associates come to work every day. They don't have a drug problem. They'll stay at their machine. They'll achieve their numbers. They are here to work. And
Shout out to the Haitians. Shout out to the Haitians. She said, listen, they ain't like that other demographic. It's a different demographic. They ain't them entitled Americans. Listen, it's multiple reasons why y'all over here getting replaced. It's multiple reasons why y'all over here getting replaced. He said, listen, y'all think y'all can smoke trees. You think you can come to work and do what you want to do. You got work wives. You messy. You keep getting on TikTok. You think you entitled. Y'all want to keep protesting, asking for more money. Guess what? Guess what? We got Adebisi's over here. Adebisi's. Do you want a job? Yes. Drug problem? No. What do you think is going to happen? Minimum wage? Yes. They cheat. They not on the internet all day because they out there playing soccer. They running up a bag. They investing in their own businesses. They taking advantage. Adebisi's. Can you go over here and man this machine? Yes, boss. They not playing no games. They not playing no games. You are going to be replaced.
So in general, that's a stark difference from what we're used to in our community.
McGregor acknowledges the sudden arrival of so many new immigrants is a challenge on multiple fronts, but he believes this is partly how the industrial Midwest can regrow.
We want more jobs in our community. And in order to fill those jobs, some jobs need to be people who are not originally from here.
There's things in the last 5 years that have really changed and has been a forward improvement for Springfield, but this is taxing the resources of the city. Well, afterwards.
Springfield's mayor, Rob Rue, says he was cautiously optimistic when the first Haitians settled in town. But then their numbers quickly rose. The city estimates 12 to 15,000 Haitians are here now.
They told their friends, and so their friends is coming to hang out.
The infrastructure of the city, our safety forces, our hospitals, our schools. Springfield is a close community and has a big heart, but at the same point, we've had this influx that has taxed all these services.
The number of students needing English language help has quadrupled in 5 years. Translators at the local health center cost hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And last year was the busiest year on record for the fire department. But it seemed that for the community at large, the increase in immigration and its stresses largely flew under the radar.
A lot of that changed last August. It was the very first day of school, and a school bus full of kids was coming down this road. A driver coming in the other direction came around that bend, said he was blinded by the sun. He clipped the bus, and the bus ended up in this ditch.
We begin with breaking news. Right now, multiple law enforcement agencies are on the scene of a deadly school bus crash.
Dozens of children were injured, and 11-year-old Aiden Clark died. When the driver was revealed to be a Haitian immigrant without a U.S. license, things erupted.
How are they able to get cars without licenses? Anyways.
Majority of the Haitians here are low skilled and they're illiterate.
I want to